Good evening, everybody. My name is Josué Rosales from El Salvador, and this week I'm going to show you how to prepare a partial balance sheet. In this case, as you can see, we will prepare a partial balance sheet for Nike for the items that we have been given for exercise 9-11. As we have learned this week, companies most of the time show planned assets in the financial statements under number 1, property, plant, and equipment, and they also show number 2, intangibles, separately under intangible assets. So let's do this right now and let's read what the exercise wants us to do. So we suppose Nike Incorporated reported the following planned assets and intangible assets for the year ended May 31st, 2017 in millions. So we have the information right there, and we have to be careful about the information that we are given in red, which says list property, plant, and equipment in order of land, buildings, and equipment. So as I was telling you, we always the financial statements that show planned assets will always show two parts: the property, plant, and equipment, and the intangibles, which is intangible assets. So let's go first. What I usually do is I always do that. This is something that helps me work the exercise better. We have the first part, which is property, plant, and equipment, and then we have here the intangible assets. Then I look for the order as we are required to do right here in this case. And we have first, we have land, then we have buildings, and we have machinery and equipment. And of course, then we have other assets. But remember, when we're talking about current assets, we will find other assets like I'm showing you here in this video. But remember that we're talking about property, plant, and equipment. So we have to look for other plant assets. I'm sorry, I wrote plant here, but it's plant, other plant assets. So now we will go ahead and look for the information of land. And as you can see, for land, we were given we were given $250 million. For buildings, we were given $940 million. For machinery and equipment, we have $2,130 million. And for other plant assets, we have $913 million. And as you can see, I have land plus the total of the other assets, and I have a total amount here, which is the total property, plant, and equipment. So we already got that information. But remember that whenever we talk about property, plant, and equipment, there will be always a depreciation of these assets. And that is an adjustment that when we do it, we will always do it. So we have here accumulated depreciation, and we will look for it right now. And when we find it, we will actually put this information right here, which will be decrease on the total amount that we already had. So the accumulated depreciation is $2,160,000,000. And now we have total property, plant, and equipment over here. This is pretty simple. There's nothing to worry about. You only have to know the order, which is mandatory, and put the information correctly. Then we have intangible assets. Over here, let's see, I found goodwill and patents and trademarks. So we will put this information right here. We have goodwill and also patents and trademarks. Let's see. And we have 170 and $510 million. And with this, For intangibles, we don't have accumulated depreciation. However, companies record amortization of intangibles as a direct decrease. Intangibles do not usually use a contra asset account like the contra asset account accumulated depreciation used for plant assets. Companies use amortization of intangibles in this specific account. So we will look for amortization. We have it right here, which is going to decrease the total that we already had for total intangible assets. So we will put right here $43 million. And this is basically it. As you can see, it was pretty easy to fill up. We only have to know the order over here, which was required in the exercise. And then we have to know what an intangible asset is, because if you don't know what you're talking about, you will end up putting goodwill over here, and then we will have a serious mistake. Remember that the presentation of financial statement information about plant assets, what we have basically done right here, will always help management and decision makers to analyze the company's use of its plant assets. So this is something that we have to know very well. And as you can see, I completed the exercise. This is the first exercise that I completed for you to see what I did. So I hope you do it well as well. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them on the discussion board. I will be working on the other exercises, and I will also ask questions. So I hope that you can help me, solve the other problems. Thank you very much, and I hope that you learn from this tutorial. Have a great week.